Well, with some shades of yesterday thrown into the end of that third period, what's the mindset on the bench to prevent that similar outcome?
Honestly, I thought we sent a really good message after the first. Going into the second, I think the first wasn't up to our standard. Came out really good in the second. And I don't know, in the third, I think we played a solid game. We had really good chances, stayed away from all the scrums and did a really good job. We just got to find a way to eliminate those empty net chances. Just a little more composure. Try to get the puck out as quick as possible. Be in the shooting lanes at all times, and then luckily we got 2 points tonight, but we'll definitely learn, analyze, and then get better.
Patrick, what can you say about Marco's play to get you the puck there in overtime from behind the net?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think you see it a lot in overtime where if there's a chance one way and they don't score, it's usually coming back the other way. So I thought Mo and Marco did a great job battling there and getting the puck up to me. Seeing me right away too, behind the D. So obviously, nice to get that one. A little bit better feeling than last night to get the 2 points. But like Mo said, definitely got to learn from those situations.
Patrick, with your vast experience, I mean, how do teams learn to hang on to leads better?
I think just continue playing the way that we're supposed to. Seems like we get in a little bit of trouble when we sit back a little bit, but I don't really think that was the case tonight. I think we had plenty of chances to make it 5-2. So sometimes that's maybe something we can look at too, bearing down on those opportunities. But yeah, like Mo said, I think we can be a little bit harder in those 5-on-6 situations with the goalie pulled, whether it's rimming it hard or winning the battle to get the puck out. And obviously they got a couple shots through and they went in. So obviously the last 2 games, it happened 2 games in a row, but we can learn from it, and I think we'll definitely be better in those situations going forward.
For each of you, I guess if you can just speak to the fact that March is right around the corner every single night, it seems like teams are gunning for you, coming for you, everybody's fighting for points. How much can you feel that desperation and just that what you need to do to turn it up the next notch for this final month of the season or so?
I mean, every game matters, but I mean, that was right from the start of the season. I knew, I think everybody knew we came really close last year, and we knew every single point matters in the long term. And obviously now we got, I think, 25 games left, and we got to prepare every single night to be the dominant team out there, try to create and put our game in their faces and not the other way around, just to give ourselves a chance to stay in that picture and hopefully gain experience the closer we get to make a push for it.
What did you think of the hit that took Michael out of the game?
I didn't really see it too well, to be honest with you. I saw a little bit of a replay, but off what I saw, it seemed pretty high, especially for a guy that's 6'6", right? So, but I probably have to look at it again too.
Can you just start with an update on Michael Rasmussen and his
obviously didn't return and is still getting checked. And I think when a player gets a blow to the head and doesn't return, it's never a good sign. So, but we'll see how he is tomorrow. He seems to be in fairly good spirits, at least when I wandered by him. He's not happy about it, but he's in fairly good spirits. Happy for the team.
How about the way your team responded to that hit?
Well, it was in that instance, as it happened. I don't think anybody was really aware of what was going on, including obviously the 4 officials. What comes out of it now is out of everybody's hands, and we move on.
So did they say they just didn't see the hit, the officials then? Did you get an explanation?
Yeah, they can't make stuff up. I get it. If they didn't see what happened, they can't make it up, and that's what they told me.
How do you gotta be happy with the win, but just losing the lead again?
We're happy with the win. We got into a situation similar to last night where the last 3 or 4 minutes we had to play 6-on-5, and it's pretty evident we have to do a better job. So all 6 guys, the 3 forwards, the 2 defensemen, and the goaltender, have to do a better job 6-on-5. And it's not something you're able to work on a lot. So maybe we'll spend a little more time on that. But we also had, I think there was 4 icings prior to that, 3 icings, and Patty Kane kind of down the ice and open. So we had plenty of opportunities to hit the net, and we didn't. Need to be better.
What's kind of your thought process as a coach for who to put out there when you're down, when you're facing the 6-on-5? Because
Well, both.
Patrick is an offensive-minded guy. Things like, what's your thought process for who goes out there then?
Well, it depends on how much time. They pulled him with 4 minutes left. So we know we have at least 4 rotations, maybe 5. So everybody that's kind of playing and up and running is going to get a chance. So everybody has to be responsible and capable. It may be 5 of the 6 defensemen. It may be, 9 to 10 forwards are likely going to get an opportunity to play in that 4-minute run. Now it's a little different if there's only 30 seconds left and you're looking at a face-off. You're thinking about having 2 centers on the ice, lefties, righties. With 3 seconds left, you're looking for size. So the time and the variables that go into it change over and over again. One of the tough things that happened last night is Larkin went in. Obviously we lost Kopp, and Larkin went into the penalty box. We played about 6 minutes straight without him, including the 6-on-5. And tonight we lost Rass again. So all of a sudden you're pretty thin down the center ice position. But we found a way to win. Let's not overanalyze it too much.
Is there an update on Andrew?
I'm sorry.
On Kopp, is there?
On Kopp, Kopp will be out. We'll know more tomorrow, but he won't play in, where are we going, Minneapolis.
How do you just to go back to the protecting a lead in the third period, how do you get better at that?
Experience, a little bit of poise, don't get overexcited. When I say experience, it's great to have Simon and Albert on the ice, but they haven't really experienced that much, and they're getting that opportunity, and they deserve to be on the ice. But like you take Simon, he retrieved 3 pucks in a row and took it to his backhand. Nick Lidstrom, Nick Cronwell, they would say if you can stay on your forehand, you have way more control, more power with it, but that's experience. He's got to learn those things, and we have to help them. Overall, I thought we pushed fairly hard in the third period. Couldn't find the 5th one. Both nights we couldn't find the dagger. We threw a lot of darts, but we couldn't hit the target, and it came back to, push us to the limit. We got 3 out of the 4 points. We're not happy we gave up one, and we have work to do.
How did you feel like the forward group collectively responded to having to move some things around without Kopp and then do it again when Rasmussen went down?
Well, there was a scramble going on. I thought JT Comper had one of his best games in a while. I thought he was real good tonight, and I thought when Joey took more responsibility on and moved up, he was good. Motter went in and was real good on the penalty kill, which was a real good sign for us. But that's a lot. We had a grinding week heading into back-to-back games. You never anticipate losing 2 players, at the points of the game that we did. And then I thought Larks looked gassed tonight. Razor, probably not his best either, could be catching up to them. And neither of them will skate tomorrow. They'll just meet us on the plane and get as much rest as they can.
With Dylan, I was going to ask about that, because he's played 3 and 4 when you go back to Thursday night, just kind of managing expectations for him as a staff and things like that, because that is he played a big game Thursday and then comes in.
Yeah, he's played 3 and 4 his whole life, which isn't a big deal, but the emotional toll of that game, that final game in Boston on whatever night it was, that's hard. And the build up to it and the excitement is like playing in Game 7, and then you got to come back and play back-to-back games. It's tough, but that's experience as well. It's late in the year and the points are on the line, and he's learning that. And I thought he gave us everything he had, but the tank is a little bit empty, and we need to find ways to help him fill it up.
He had a couple of penalties tonight, but in general, this team hasn't taken a lot of penalties, and even going back to before the break. Is that because you're playing more aggressively and you have the puck more and you're not as much in your own end, or is it just how much is discipline too?
I think we skate well, which is, you're going to go, well, what does that mean? I think we have the ability to skate and keep our legs underneath us, so we're not reaching and pulling a lot. You know, that's got to be part of our identity, a good skating team, fairly disciplined. You look at Elmer, and I'll use him as an example. That long reach could get him into so much trouble, but he keeps his legs moving while he's picking away at pucks, and he can skate while he's doing it. As soon as he quits skating, he's going to the penalty box, but he doesn't. He skates. And then I think situational awareness. Tonight, we had the 3 power play goals. I don't even think they got to the power play yet. You kind of sensed what might be coming. And with all the scrums, you know, leading into the third period, do we want to be involved in them? We're up by 2. Or do we want to just get out of there and not give the opposition an opportunity to go to the power play or goad us into anything? And we talked about that a bit too. But discipline, skating, keep your feet moving, stick on the ice. I think that helps us. Good.
Thanks.